You cannot justify the destruction of these people's houses without compensation. You cannot justify the destruction of these people's livelihood without, for one, in the first place, you were the person who issued certificate of occupancy for all these people. You now came.
Hello and what's up, guys? In this video, Yoruba elder has dropped a bombshell, and trust me, this one is shaking tables across Nigeria. He's warning that what is happening in Lagos right now could spark another civil war. Yes, you heard that right, another war, just like the one that tore this country apart between 1966 and 1967. Back then, attacks on non-Northerners, especially the Igbos, got so bad that by 1967, Nigeria was at war. Millions of lives were lost, properties were destroyed, families were shattered, and according to this elder, Lagos is now walking that same dangerous path. He says the Lagos state government is repeating history. Thousands of Igbo families are being pushed out of their homes, their houses are being demolished, their businesses destroyed, and guess what? No warning, no compensation, nothing. The same government that gave them certificates of occupancy is now introducing a new law, one that takes over half of Lagos land. And who is getting the land? According to the elder, it is being shared among politicians and pastors to build estates and a so-called golden city, all for personal gain. He didn't hold back. He said this is not just injustice, it is a ticking time bomb. He warned that if this continues, people will be pushed to the wall, and when that happens, nobody can predict what comes next. He even went further to say that President Tinubu'S 2027 re-election bid is at a serious risk if Tinubu doesn't act fast and eliminate all Islamic bandits causing chaos in the country. He might not return to power. Guys, this is not just one man talking. This is a warning rooted in history, pain, and fear of what could come next. The elder is calling his own people, the Yorubas, and telling them not to let selfish interests drag the whole nation into disgrace. Guys, I will let you watch this video for yourself so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so. Take a look, guys, and remember to share your thoughts after watching.
Between January 15, 1966 and July 1967, a continuous attack on non-Northerners were taking place in the north. It got out of hand that by 1967, war was declared. Majority of the people who lost their things then were the Igbos, because they had more things over there. They established the place, they developed the place, and those people destroyed it and took over everything. And not only that, killing started happening. Eventually, war broke out. I want you all to remember how many millions of people that died from both sides. What is going on in Lagos is a repetition of what happened between 1966 and 1967 in the northern part of the country. The only thing that makes this one to be different is that you cannot justify the destruction of these people's houses without compensation. You cannot justify the destruction of these people's livelihood without, for one, in the first place, you were the person who issued certificate of occupancy for all these people. You now came and introduced a law taking over half of the land of Lagos State, rendering thousands of people homeless without compensation. You are knocking on the door of a war. I am telling you, because there is a limit you will push people that they will not be able to take it anymore. This destruction is unjustifiable in any ways. If it was a law that has been in the nation from the beginning, it's better. But this is a law you introduced. You introduced this law and you are taking this law and dividing it amongst yourselves, giving it to pastors to build estates, building golden city for your personal don't, because of your selfish interest, bring the whole nation into total disrepute. That is even on the side. Nigeria is in trouble. I am telling you, America is on our case over the continuous killing of non-Muslims by the Muslim bandits. Unfortunately, they are no longer calling it. They are now calling it genocide against Christians. Even though those people who have been killed, many of the people who get killed every day are Muslims, Christians, people who don't believe in anything, and traditionalists. But the problem is, you see, America get power, they no get brain. Because people will get brain, they no go remove black people from position of power. People who get brain, they no go remove women from position of power. People who get brain will not be racially attacking people. People who get brain will not be chauvinistic in any form. Canada is on our case. Then get brain, then get power. The only people that are left now that I'm expecting, that I'm praying that they don't pay attention, is the United Kingdom. When the United Kingdom get involved, everything will change. And it is a guarantee that the Tinubu may not return back in 2027. The British, they have brain, they have power, and they have local people. Local people who have their interest. No, wọ́n lọ́wọ́ nílẹ̀ ní Nigeria dáadáa. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọmọ Yoruba. So my prayer is that they do not get involved, and that the President Tinubu, do everything possible within your power to eliminate all these Islamic bandits. Because if you don't, by the end of this year, I can assure you, with the way things are going and with the way things are rolling in the US, you're not going to return back to power in 2027.
Apparently, all the plazas currently being demolished at Trade Fair Complex, Lagos, are owned by Igbo men. Let's read out this lamentation by this Vanguard columnist, Ugo Ebujo. Now, Ugo Ebujo penned this on Facebook, and I read, "This is happening right inside the Trade Fair Complex. These buildings belong to my friend. I was there recently to inspect the project, a massive modern complex. The construction lasted over 5 years. He spent billions. Nobody said he contravened regulations. These are some of the best buildings on the market. This demolition is being done right now. No notice, no letter, no warning. This is terrible." It's not funny. It's not funny. My father was present the day Ikembo Domeji Ojukwu wept at the commissioning of the Lagos Trade Fair Complex. He spoke with a heavy heart, warning us Igbos to look homeward and build our future in Igbo land. Sadly, everything he said that day has come to pass, except his call for us to invest in our own soil. The truth is simple. This is not just about permits, approvals, or documentation. The real problem is sentiment, deep-rooted bias against the Igbo people. That is why our buildings are targeted, our investments destroyed, and our progress deliberately frustrated. Government officials who should be partners in progress now take delight in destruction. They watch buildings rise from the foundation to completion, sometimes even collecting bribes or benefiting from the project. But once their greed is no longer satisfied, they suddenly remember master plans and move in with bulldozers to destroy. Tell me, is that justice? Or is it wickedness dressed in abada and distinct tribal mark? Aye. Why can't the Lagos master plan be made public for everyone to see? Why should there be 5 years of silence while a project rises only for demolition to come the moment it is finished? That is not governance. That is bad belle. Pure and simple. And who suffers the most? The Igbos who have poured their sweat, money, and destiny into a land that still sees them as outsiders. Ndị Igbo na-achọghị ịmụta ihe. Unu atụsala ahụ ebe ọbụla ị gara. Ọnwa ị gara ebe ọbụla gị bisara ahụ relax ya gụọ n'ezi. Enyi lọtawa ụlọ. Do place is better than home. Also gị gaa ebe ahụ gaa n'ọdụ place rụọ, ị ga-ekwete ndị a ga-echi gị ọnụ n'ala. Cheke. Edike ma ndị gị na ha na-eme ihe. Ime otu esi eti iwu nakwa ya. Enough is enough, oh. My people, it is time we call a spade a spade. Lagos is not our final bus stop. Leave Lagos and divert your businesses home. Onitsha, Aba, Nnewi, Owerri, Abakaliki, Umuahia, Asaba. These cities are ours. Boni, Opobo, Gano Boni. See, if you take anything to Boni, it is quite expensive because you have to cross the sea. Bruno business Gawache Benda. These cities are ours, waiting for us to invest more and transform them further into global hubs. When we take our business, they also get on a Lagos, Cameroon, Eboblini, you come down and look for us because we are the master plan. There is nobody that can satisfy them like the Igbos because we hold the master plan, now we know the business. Why keep building in a land that celebrates when our sweat is wasted? Why? I'm not happy. Let us stop feeding a system that does not want us. Let us redirect our energy homeward, expand our towns and cities, strengthen our roots, and prove to the world that Igbos can thrive anywhere, especially in their own homeland. Ojuku's tears were not in vain. His warnings is our guide. Home is where our strength lies. Let us invest more in Igbo land and build a future that no bulldozer can ever destroy. Or the note, career the now. Governments when I also destroy a plaza. How they it possible? It's not done. There is no insecurity in the southeast. Let me remind you, southeast is the most secured zone in Igbo land. No matter what insecurity she did, it can Oga cannot. Oga they can ebe ndo fe man. Nke ha na ekwe, ha na agbafu. Ara agbala. Lotawa n'ụlọ. Okay.